Hi guys, so I am making some sourdough and I thought I would show you just how easy it is, tell you exactly how I make my recipe. I think it's pretty robust and hopefully it works out. Here's my starter. I transferred her into a new container last night because I accidentally left her in the fridge for too long and she had gotten kind of like a hard crust on the top, which is a little kind of gross, but it's happened before. It's fine, it survives. I fed her yesterday. It's probably a little bit past when I should have used her at the peak, but it's not that bad. I think it'll still be fine. I'm telling you, she is pretty robust. Big bowl, 125 grams of this, 300 grams of water, and then also a nice glug of olive oil. This will make it like soft. We want to mix. We're taking our bread flour. I think bread flour is substantially better than all-purpose. So if you can, get bread flour. We're gonna do 500 grams. It's gonna look like a shaggy dough, and that's totally fine. We're gonna cover it with some plastic wrap or a a damp towel. This is the autolyze process. I think that's how you say it, but basically it just kind of like softens the gluten or the dough or whatever. And after that, we'll start our stretch and folds. We are back. It has been half an hour, so we're gonna take off this top. This is where you wanna add your salt. So it is better to add your salt with a little bit of water, I find, just the tiniest amount. I don't really measure, I just make sure to salt it well, help it incorporate. So it looks like this, perfect. And then we're gonna do our first set of stretch and folds. It'll be a little hard this first time, but you take it up, you stretch it, and then you fold it over, and then you turn it 90 degrees. It'll look better each time. And then we cover it back up and let it sit for another half hour. We're gonna do like 3 to 4 stretch and folds over the course of like 2-ish hours, so.
I guess.
So I'm back and we divided the dough loaf up into 2. You don't have to. It works to make like a big dough, but or like a big loaf, but I like to do that because I like to keep one like plain, and then I like to try to do like some kind of fun loaf. So I stretch and folded them for like 2 hours. Let them rise for basically however long you want. It's got to be at least like 6 hours, I feel like. They have doubled or tripled in size. They're huge now, and what we are going to do is turn them out and like shape them, and then let them rise again for like half an hour to like an hour, and then we're gonna put them in the fridge to cold ferment overnight. Long process, not a lot of work. It's just like you have to remember to come back and continue doing your bread because there's a lot of steps here. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna flour our work surface. Also, pro tip, if you have like an Old Spice jar thing, and if it has like kind of bigger holes, it's good for flour. This was like a sesame seed one. Love it. Jacob actually told me that hack. She should have like pretty good like gluten development. You can kind of like see maybe a little. Turn her out. Stretch it out kind of into like a rectangle. You're gonna fold it into thirds. So one, and then roll. And then you just kind of push up on the side and like pull back. There we go, and then we are going to cover her. And she is going to rise for another half hour or so, and then you're gonna do it again. We are back after like half an hour. They've risen in size a little bit, and what we're just gonna do is the same thing where you like stretch it out into like a square or a rectangle a little bit, and do your best, and then a third over and a third over, and then roll just shape in. The bowl, flour it a little bit, and then take her, flip her down, seam side up. We're gonna cover her and then see you in the morning. Oh. Okay, we are back, friends. I took this dough out this morning and I preheated my oven. You can preheat it anywhere between like 450 and 500 with your like cast iron Dutch oven thing in there, so it like warms up. I did mine at like 460. It's been like preheating. Now I'm going to turn this out. I have one of these like silicone mats, but you can also use like parchment paper. All right, it's looking good, and then I'm going to drop it into the preheated Dutch oven, and then I'm gonna score it. You can score it with like a knife, or if you have one of these like bread lames or bread lame, I forget, I don't know how you say it, but you're gonna bake it with the top on for like 20 minutes at the same temperature that you preheated it at with the lid on. And then after 20 minutes, I take the lid off and bake it for another 20 minutes until it's like golden brown. So that's what we're gonna do. A little bit of water. It's been 20 minutes. I'm gonna take it out. Ooh. She really puffed. She puffed up a lot. Now I'm just gonna put her back in. I'm gonna drop the temperature to like 415-ish, 420. And then bake her for another 20 minutes. And then that'll be it. She's done. I'm taking her out. Ooh, yeah. We're gonna take her out and then I'm gonna transfer her to a cooling rack. It's always a hot morning when I bake. She is gorgeous. She puffed up really well. I think she has a good shape. And you really have to let it cool for a while. You'll start to hear it like kind of crackle, and that's because this outside crust is hard and the inside is just kind of like contracting after being like brought out to room temperature. So you really want to wait for it to cool. It'll make it a lot easier to cut. But yeah, I will show you once I cut it, but she looks beautiful. This is the dill one, so it smells amazing in here too. She really opened up well too. Look at that, beautiful. Thank you. Beautiful. We are making egg salad to go with this beautiful dill loaf. Here's the final product of the dill. We have a little piece of toast here and then some beautiful egg salad, added some more dill to it. And I already know this is going to hit. I've made this so many times and I'm excited. This is your sign to make your own sourdough. So cheers!